Hi everyone, my name is Alba Velasquez. Welcome to my very first YouTube recording. This is a way for me this is an exercise. So if you're watching this, if I even post it public, then, please know this is my very first time after seeing a couple videos and reading a couple articles of what to do and possibly not to do, and I haven't gotten to that full list yet. You'll probably see mistakes on this video, but I wanted to start off by talking about me and, what I'm doing here. I just got over a cold. I got 2 negative COVID tests, so that wasn't it, thank God. So you can hear my voice, but I feel fine. I don't have a fever or anything. Okay. What do I talk about? I still have a cough. It's kind of hard to look at the lens and not the screen, because I see myself here, but the lens is up here. But I know you all, I've read, prefer my eyes to go this way. But it's like, how do you make yourself not look at yourself? Maybe I should add a post-it right here so I block me in my face. Anyway, I have been on a serious search of my passion, of my purpose. I have 2 kids, a loving husband, and I do have a purpose of providing for my kids and being a loving wife. But I am on a mission to find a purpose for myself, that I could potentially somehow lead into something where it becomes my income. Not necessarily, I'm not trying to get rich. I want to find a purpose that I could dedicate myself to. Now, this is something that kind of came up recently, within the last 2 years. I dealt with some postpartum depression, and to be completely frank, some kind of toxicity in the workplace, to the point where I got a bit burned out. I'm still at the place that I am, and I do appreciate and love the mission of where I am. I believe in it. I appreciate my boss. I don't have a single problem with my boss, but one thing I have realized is that I think I've checked out, and I don't think it's fair to my employer that I continue to be there as someone who's not as dedicated to the job as someone else that could be. And so I think that's where I'm stuck. I'm trying to find what my purpose is, where I go from here. I ventured into a lot of different things for the last 2 years, but actually I started doing weddings on the side since 2017, since I got married. And it was something that kind of landed on my lap, and I went with it. And I am that type of person. I just go with things. If something lands on my lap and I have fun doing it, then I'm just going to go with it. And I did. It did stop during the pandemic, obviously, for obvious reasons. Two reasons. One, obvious, the pandemic. The second, I was pregnant with my second baby, and he was born in August of 2020. And so there was also the maternity leave that kept me from being more active in the wedding industry. During that time, I did deal with some postpartum depression, and I ventured into a lot of different things. I was like, well, I can't do weddings. I was always looking for an outlet. I can't do weddings because it's just not a non-existent industry at this point. And so I started a reselling business for handbags, and that was fun because it got me out there. It introduced me to a lot of new people. I started from scratch, and I feel like I was pretty successful to the extent that I was doing it. I gained 800 followers on Instagram in the span of like 6 months, and I thought that was pretty good organically. So I was really excited about that. But I decided to stop that. I think it was just a filler at some point, and after kind of really learning about that whole process, and it was something that I tested, I was no longer interested in it anymore. And I think now I'm at a point, I did go back to the wedding industry more because I did have brides in 2019 that postponed and had to postpone their wedding to 2021. And so I did do those weddings, and I'm still doing weddings, but I think I'm like stuck. Like, well, what do I do now? Do I keep doing weddings? Is that what I want to do? Is that my mission or my purpose? Like, I don't know. It kind of fell in my lap, and I think I'm in the search for that. And I started diving into a lot of things, freaking the stock market, crypto. I mean, I'm learning about them. I'm not becoming an expert. And I even got to the point where I got qualified to sell on Amazon, be a seller on Amazon. So as part of my wedding industry, I started a subscription box service. So I don't sell private label on Amazon or retail arbitrage. I tried that for a bit, but I didn't continue because I wanted to put more focus on the subscription box. Now, that's kind of slow. So I have 4 subscribers right now, but again, I get excited doing it, but is that what I want to do? So now I'm trying to figure that out. If you're trying to figure that out too, let me know how you're doing, if there's anything that you're doing, any tips, or if you have any recommendations for me. I really want to find something that I can do and feel comfortable doing. And I think it's all about identifying your passion. But what is it? Before the pandemic and before kids, it was dancing. I love to go out dancing, but for fun. I was never an instructor. I never had any plans on becoming an instructor. And I also love traveling, but that's another thing that went away. 1, because of the pandemic, and 2, because of having kids. Like, I have kids now, so it's not that easy. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. Traveling with them is not really ideal. So I'm gonna finish this video because it's already 7 minutes long, and I think that's already long. So follow me if you're interested in just the path. All right, bye-bye.